When I can't vote now, I'm not the baffle this, I'm not road this, I'm not we block them. When I want vote, no wahala. When I come now, two amoka destroyed already. We just start now, we see the wait, maybe they come, we go finish them. Ghana 6 will destroy 2, 4 go by, if the 4 come, we go destroy 2 again, they will come out, still finish them again. And baffle we do, we need the smile, we need the joke.
Well, Rogers, let me start up front by asking you, what is significant about today?
Well, today is the 9th of February 2020. And it is a day that La Republique said they wanted to organize their legislative elections to show the world that they have everything under control.
Okay.
And our people have once more demonstrated that we are not part of that system anymore through their actions, through the non-participation, because we have said we are not part of La Republique. So it is a significant day. It's another milestone in our journey for freedom, for our statehood, and to be a free people. So we have once more demonstrated to the world that we are not part of La Republique. We don't take orders from La Republique. We don't do some of the things that La Republique wants. So no matter whatever they can go out there and probably say on CRTV or interviews, wherever they want in the world, but the world can see that there was not a single soul out there today, except for a few places, maybe in the BLM and some parts of Amba.
This is the town of Amba. During this lockdown, look at the road, nobody. Look at the road, nobody in the corner, not even a bird flying in the air.
This is a small village at the outskirts of Moyoka called Mautu. You can see all the civilians have fled into the bushes. They have fled into the bushes. And you can see dozens have run into the bushes. This is a small farmers cooperative that was located for the terrorist election to take place in Ambazonia. The restoration forces, the Ambazonian restoration forces, have sent serious warning to all inhabitants of Ambazonia that there will be no election in southern Cameroons.
But it was a total success as far as our people staying home is concerned.
Why? Let me ask you this though. Why is this so important to La Republique? Because, and I know you talked about trying to show the world something. I mean, they are a so-called independent country. Why do we need to prove something to somebody?
Well, you know, they have to go out there and try to tell the world that everything is normal as far as they are concerned. And they can organize. This is not the first election. So this is the second election. We boycotted the ones in 2018. So, I mean, I think when he was in France, somebody asked him how he's doing with the part of the country that did not vote for him.
Yes.
Are you a president of those people? So those things, those actions by our people, they have some value as far as the international community is concerned. Because the people are saying, hey, I am not part of you. Your laws, these legislators that they are so-called legislators, they are voting now. We did not vote those legislatures, right?
Yes.
So how are they going to go and legislate on us when we did not vote for them?
You know, I was listening to one of the reports, and I think, and this was a BBC report, and one of the reporters was saying that that everybody was standing there was clean shaved. It looked like they were military people that they brought in and pretended that they were Ambazonians.
Yes, and that happened. There were truckloads of people who were brought from Yaoundé to come and complete the facade. You know, it's a facade.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of games that they are playing. But what I'm trying to tell our people is that we are proud of you people.
Yes.
You set a good example. Because no matter what they try to do, no matter how they try to shape it, the world can see through all of those things. So we are just sitting here today, smiling from jaw to jaw, and just praising you people for your resolve and your determination to use every single means at your disposal to resist and to move forward with our quest for independence.
Now Nobiti, General Nobiti, from the Marine Force Bambalang, now he the talk.
Oh, yes.
You know, they fear no dog. Mr. MBI regime, they over small for me, for handler. Because I will deal with them.
Personally.
When we were in the territory, I mean, when a military man showed up, it was scary. You know what I'm saying?
It is still scary.
No, but let me say this, okay? And they were proud to say that the military uniform they were wearing and all the military equipment they took that they had was from La Republic, and that they're not going to be buying anything anymore.
Yeah, well, at that time that you are describing, we were basically in a military state.
Oh, you mean when we were still back there?
Yes, we were in a military state, a police state, being harassed left and right by the people. But now our boys are fighting.
Yes.
So they are going to fight and take whatever they want to take from La Republique and use it against La Republique. So that is what is happening.
Yeah, you know, at that time.
I mean, and when I say it is still scary, it is scary for a child like baby Mata.
Yes.
You know, when they would just come into the neighborhood and take out an old woman and shoot her and kill her.
Yes.
And burn her down and burn her house down. There was that woman from Bui who just went through surgery that they came and asked her to leave her house. They couldn't even let her get her medications and they burned the place down. So
yes.
it is still, even though they come out and tell the people that we are there to protect you people, but from every single thing that they do, the people have a reason to be scared. But the boys are standing up and saying, we are going to fight and defend our parents and defend our property.
We don't destroy 2 Amba and today, so yes, not yes, so today. No vote.
For Bafudia, no nothing of it take place.
No nothing.
Yeah, no nothing of it take place.
No nothing.
We don't sample them 2 amok them. So we the same way they give me the cam. The cam would wait then I wait down. Now so Bafut.
And when I was saying that, I was really referring to the boys, because if you saw them, they were all in military fatigue. They were not carrying Dane guns anymore.
No.
And then I was just laughing because I saw one wearing a gendarme hat and a gendarme beret, and I looked at him, and just seeing that, you know, even from afar, you still feel the terror of those terrorists.
Yes, and that is an example of how far we have gone as far as this struggle is concerned. Because I have some of my mothers here who ask me all the time, how is the struggle going?
Yes.
And one of them would tell me, oh, you always tell me that things are going very well. These are some of the examples that we are saying that can elucidate what I am saying, that
yes.
we are making progress. Because in the days after October 1st of 2017, September 22nd and October 1st, when they came in and killed us, we did not have those things. Those boys did not have those things.
Yes.
Those boys were probably going around riding their bikes or doing whatever they were doing.
Yes.
But now, they have, without any military training,
yes.
they are proud to have taken these things from people who have been trained by France and Israel and all the other countries and prove to the world that we are a determined people. We are going to put our lives on the line to defend our communities and to free ourselves from bondage.
Yes, you know, as we were talking, I was trying to see the way we saw them then and what these boys are doing now is, and I remember what Gojidinka used to say, that when you stop being afraid, fear changes sides.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm sure it's La Republique who comes now and they're looking, they're more scared.
Yes, they are scared and they are running. That is why they come, and most of the time they kill the
civilians.
Yes, and they kill animals,
yeah.
burn houses,
yes.
and all of that,
yes.
because they can actually not stand to fight with these guys, you know. So those are the things that we are proud of. That we come here and we celebrate your valor. We celebrate you with pride. We encourage you to keep doing the things that you are doing, to keep resisting, because this election that did not hold today, I was reading reports from Kumbo, from the library in Kumbo, from parts of Bui, and there was nobody. Nobody saw anybody. So all over
So the
place,
lockdown worked.
yes, it was successful, no matter what La Republique says. But we are saying this is a good example. This is resistance. We are going to resist. So John Frundi and his legislators, they are going to tell us now who voted for, because these are some of the questions that we are going to be asking. You, who voted? Who asked you to represent me?
Yes.
Who gave you that mandate?
Yes.
Because the people showed today that we are not part of that system.
Right.
Because the people who were in Yaoundé up to this point, their mandate was extended by the crook
By Paul Biya, yes.
So they could say, oh, we were still serving on the mandate that the people voted us on. That mandate has ended today.
Yes.
So as of today, Mbandam,
I was just thinking about him.
Yeah.
Whether did he go back to Batibo and
well, they are sitting somewhere in La Republique, so they should know that it is officially ended today. Whether they leave or they stay, that is their business.
And you know, so the whole push for La Republique was to fake elections and give legitimacy to those people who are in Yaoundé, so they continue to remain there.
That was the plot. That is the whole thing. You just nailed it. And our people saw through it and demonstrated with this resolve that we are talking about today.
Now, Pa, I cannot not express how proud I am with the Amba boys, and I cannot let us move from this topic without talking a little more about them and continue to give them advice on how to organize themselves on the ground as the force, very independent of any influence from anywhere else, and just organize themselves, build coalitions, and become that unified force throughout the territory, so that they can now be able to gain economics of scale and also be able to solicit funds from the diaspora.
Well, you know, somebody somewhere in the diaspora is always going to come out and take credit for whatever these guys are doing on the ground. Whether it is lockdown starting on this day or lockdown starting on this day, but these are things that these guys have decided that they are going to do.
Yes.
So whether somebody comes from the diaspora and says something about it or not, those are things that they are working on, because they know the significance of these things as far as the fight with La Republique is concerned. You know, we are not just fighting physically with La Republique, but there is a psychological fight too.
Oh, absolutely.
And we are trying to win hearts and minds too in the diaspora, in the international community. And these are some of the things that we use. This is part of our resistance with La Republique. This is non-violent, but it pays off. So somebody in the diaspora is going to always come up and take credit and make some speeches or whatever they do and put it on Facebook. But we continue to tell you people that this fight, this journey that we are on, depends solely on these types of actions that you guys take on the ground to keep this struggle alive. It does not depend anymore on what is happening here in the diaspora, but what you people do in collaboration with other parts of the country, other groups and stuff like that, is what is keeping the struggle alive. So you have to continue to do that and look for partners that they understand exactly why we are fighting and why you guys are putting your lives on the line, that you guys can cooperate with.
Yeah, so and as you're talking, I keep thinking that this fight is really the fight on the ground. They own, that is, you the Amba boys own this fight. You own this fight. Anybody else can only support you, right? Isn't that what we're talking about? And like I said before, I think forming organizations is very, very important, and that's why I keep wanting them to not be isolated units, because it seems to me that we need to be able to have a coordination in the territory. Because let me say why I keep thinking this, okay? Because say if you are let me take Babanki for example. If the people in Babanki are organized, it doesn't matter how good they are, and they're not working with people from other areas, right? Then La Republique can send their troops, and they come and they can send their 25 troops, and they come and isolate you and fight just you. And that's not as effective as if you coordinated with some of the people where La Republique have to drive through.
Yeah, well, those are some of the damages that these people who said they were coming with the LGAs and things like that created for the struggle. Because remember, we talked about how they were fighting in Bafut, and then they will move to Kumbu, and move after this area, they can then move to the next area and things like that. Well, all of those things have happened. I think we have learned our lessons. I think this fight now is transitioning to the point where you have the real people who want to fight the fight who are going to stay. All those who came in for other motives, for some kind of a popularity contest and things like that, all of those, they are weeding themselves out of the struggle now.
And now people are more aware of them now too.
Yes, so the hardcore people, the real people, are staying for the long haul, because we are still in the infant stage of this fight. This thing is going to go for a very, very long time.
Okay, let me ask you something. You know, you and I, we've made comments about videos that we've seen. I really want to get your honest opinion about the Amba boys continuously doing these videos and putting them up. Is that something they should continue to do?
No.
Is it of value to the struggle?
No, it is not. It is, well, you see, the problem with videos, some people will tell you that it has a psychological, it's psychological warfare, okay? But that you can fight that psychological warfare just to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because you have to weigh the costs of some of those things that you do. And we have seen how these videos have costed us so much. The reason it is not effective in terms of using it as a psychological tool against the Republic is that we don't have the capability to go toe-to-toe with La Republique. We don't have that capability. So our fighters are supposed to be guerrilla fighters.
Yes.
Which means you don't identify yourself as a fighter, but only you and your coordinators and your support system know that you are a fighter.
Hold it right there. Let me say something that you said last week, which it ties to this. You said that in Vietnam, the guerrilla fighters used to go and do their businesses during the day, and then at night they are guerrilla fighters.
Yes, exactly.
So when you make that video and you stand there and you expose your face, maybe that's why La Republique takes the video and then go into the video and say, "Who is this?" And then they're doing it at a gunpoint. So somebody will say, "Oh, is this?" And then they'll maybe ask where's their home, and then they go and touch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
That is exactly what happens, because now they know exactly who you are, and they can start looking for you. You cannot fight this fight being on the run, because where are you really going to run to?
Yes.
You know, especially in that our region, where we don't have some of the benefits of the things when we had in Manu.
Yes, like the forest and things like that.
I didn't want, but so these are some of the the downsides of those videos. Yeah, you can come in your Republic camouflage and say we have taken all of these things from them, and people are celebrating it and sharing it. But the downside of it is that you are exposing yourself. You are telling them that yes, I am this person, I'm this person. We have to do these things quietly, because we don't have the manpower to go toe-to-toe to them. And if we don't have the manpower to go toe-to-toe with them, you have to use some of the... And that is why the population, because they are not supposed to know who is a fighter and who is a fighter.
Yeah, even the population shouldn't know your face. They shouldn't know you.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that we need to correct in this fight to be effective and to move to the next level.